What did you get?
I got the Sunshine Boost. It has strawberries, pineapple, carrot, orange, apple, and lime.
Ooh, yum. So a juice.
Yeah.
I got the seasonal pumpkin smoothie, and it has granola on top. Very scrumptious.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, hi guys. Welcome back to Rewrite with Allie. I should probably take my bag off. But, so we are re-recording because the audio had cut out last time, but that's okay.
That's okay.
You know, things happen. We're getting used to things. But Tatiana,
Yes.
you are the owner of Regenerate Luxury Wellness.
Yes.
So when did it start? How long have you been doing aesthetics? Tell me all the things.
Okay, so this is perfect. Take two. We had opened in November, December of 2024. I subleased from a salon, but, and this is good news for everyone. I am looking at moving into a commercial real estate place of my own.
Yeah.
And so paperwork will be signed hopefully by the end of this week. And
By the end of this week?
yeah,
What?
yeah, and then we're going to be
exciting.
building. It's like
You're building it?
It's a shell, so we're building the inside.
Shoot.
Yeah. So what we offer and what I've been doing and specializing in is vitamin therapy, Botox, fillers. I should say neurotoxin because there's different types of Botox. I think Botox is a general term.
But isn't Botox neurotoxins?
Yeah, so that's a brand of neurotoxin. It doesn't cover
Oh,
all of
I
them.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I should say neurotoxin, dermal fillers, biostimulators, and then we just recently added on red light therapy and lymphatic drainage.
Right. So wait, why does everyone say Botox then?
I think it's because it was the first one on the market, and we just generalize it as Botox.
Yeah.
But there's multiple other types of neurotoxins.
So what are other examples of?
So I carry two. I carry Xeomin and Botox. But there are others that are on the market that have been for a long time. I'm thinking Dysport, okay. If you've heard of that.
Yeah. So Dysport is not a kind of Botox? Dysport is its own thing?
Mm-hmm. It's its own neurotoxin.
Okay, I thought that Botox was like the top and then there was like types of Botox. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the neurotoxin molecule is a little bit different between each neurotoxin.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Botox neurotoxin molecule is like this really large chain. And Xeomin takes off a section of that. It's double purified. Dysport has its own kind of molecule. Daxify has a peptide that's added to their neurotoxin. Latibo is a newer one that's been on the market that's FDA approved. So yeah, so I only carry two, Xeomin and Botox, and they're all just a little bit different in how they set up and how they work, and
yeah. Why did you choose aesthetics?
I love making people feel good. I love that aspect. I've been a nurse for 15 years. It'll be 16 this April. And when, you go into nursing originally, and I'm talking, it's been, 16, 15 years, right? So things have changed so much in the healthcare industry. But when you first started out, at least here in smaller cities, there was no talking of aesthetics.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing.
Aesthetics is very up and coming.
Yeah, it wasn't like you went to school for aesthetics or to be like a nurse injector, right? And so when you first go into nursing, you, as a person and your personality, you love taking care of others. It's a self-service, right? And you just love making people feel better and helping them heal. And whether that's inside out, psychologically, emotionally, whatever.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older and I've done different things within the healthcare realm and the healthcare industry, I've just realized that we are missing such a huge part of our health and wellness and our healing ability in traditional healthcare. People don't talk enough, and enough in the medical world about being healthy and the things that you can do at home, or alternative or holistic ways of staying healthy and being healthy.
So you're saying that that's what's missing in the healthcare industry, the holistic part, and the talk about it and the education?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we try and praise and say that we are holistic, but we're not really. At least in my experience, holistic, when you're talking in a healthcare world, means that, you're bringing in all of these different disciplines to provide a care plan for a patient. But holistic really means that you're taking care of the whole entire person, from the mind to their condition to helping them succeed after they leave you. That's what holistic in my mind means.
Right.
And we don't talk enough about optimizing our health. And really, when you are healthy on the inside, that shines and you become
inside
best
from
self,
the inside out.
right?
So when you're in aesthetics, do you touch on the other areas of someone's life?
I think
and
so.
how do you do that?
Okay, so people who sometimes come to me, I'll say some of them, they come and their confidence isn't where it should be. And they're looking for a quick fix. I want to get rid of my forehead wrinkles because I feel old.
Yeah.
And I feel tired. And I don't like the way I look when I look in the mirror. And I first tell them, usually what I do in my consultation is that I sit them down, I'm face to face with them, I hand them a mirror, and I say, tell me what you see. Tell me what you want to fix. What is your ultimate goal here? And they'll say something. They're forced to look at it, and they're like, okay.
Does it make you sad hearing them talk down on themselves a little bit? Or do they ever?
I mean, not really. They, I've only had a couple of them that are like, I don't like the way that I feel. Then I'll say, okay, so realistically, this is what I see, and we can go ahead and definitely we can fix that. Here's some other things that we can do as well that I think you will enjoy the effect of what I'm doing. So, I'm not there to make a quick buck. I'm not there to go ahead and upsell anything. If you come to me and are like, I want a whole syringe in my lips, I will say, okay, have you ever done that before?
And I would say no.
Yeah. And then I would say, why? What brings you here today? Why is that? Yeah. And then we can go from there.
Okay. But if I asked you, like me, for a full syringe, what would you say?
I would say, let's talk about your goals.
Because then you also
what
have
are you
facial
looking
balance,
for?
right?
Yes. So what are you looking for?
Okay.
Yeah. And, sometimes it's like unrealistic. They'll show me pictures and I'm like, but their face shape is completely different than yours.
Right.
Let's go ahead and optimize the way
Your
face looks.
Yeah.
Because you are beautiful. That's what I always say. You are beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what we can do to just enhance your beauty. Yeah. So I think in my spot, I feel like I can, going back to your question, why did I choose aesthetics? Because I feel like I can go ahead and reach those people that normally don't get seen, right?
Yeah.
In a way that's in a non-judgmental, loving way that I think we all really want.
Yeah.
But we don't really get.
I feel like there's a misconception that people who get aesthetic treatments are insecure, or that they do it to look fake or all this stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of misconceptions, and when someone hears that someone has filler, or
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And I hear that a lot from people who don't really understand the industry.
Yeah.
I think we're quick with our judgments, but we don't, when we judge someone or their choices, it's because we don't understand. I always will, I hear from men a lot. I hear from men a lot. And I do have a lot of male clients who come in for vitamin therapy. And, they'll always make some sort of, not always, but most of the time they do make some sort of remark about, oh, that's just so silly, and I told my wife never to do that.
Yeah.
And
Or I prefer natural.
Yes.
So what would you say to that?
I always say, so what do you think I've had done?
And what do they
And they're
say
just
in
like,
response?
and they're just like, well, like, I'm sure you get like Botox or something like that. And I was like, yeah. And I have a full syringe in my lips. This is what a full syringe looks like.
Really? That does not look like a full syringe.
Yeah.
Or that's not what I would expect. 'Cause I haven't gotten Botox or filler, but I know one day I want to.
Yeah.
So
this is what a full syringe looks like.
that looks very natural.
Yeah. I have 70 units in my face at all times.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70 units of Botox, I should say, right? So, and then they're always like, what?
Because you look so natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there is a way to do it. And then I always like to say, the people that you see that are like, whoa, that is so obvious. Okay, they've paid a lot of money for a lot of syringes and a lot of Botox to look like that.
But it's also the healthcare provider that is allowing that.
Yeah. And maybe that's something that they do want. And that could be a real want of theirs. Okay. Okay, then that's their decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always like to say, don't think that that's one syringe. It's not one syringe. That's like multiple syringes over a long period of time. Yeah.
Because filler dissolves, right?
Yeah, over time. There's different types of fillers and different molecular compositions of filler. So I use specifically Versa as a filler for like lips or for volume, if that's all that you're looking for and you don't need the improved skin texture. So what I mean by that is a couple of different ways that you can use filler. You can use filler in your cheeks, you can use filler along your jawline, you can use filler in your chin. It's not just for your lips.
Yeah.
And that's specifically for volume, right? Or facial balancing.
Yeah.
I use Versa because it's a pure hyaluronic acid and it absorbs over time.
Okay.
There are different other types of fillers that have crosslinks in them that make them thicker. It's called rheology, if you're ever going to look that up. And it's like how thick and globular your type of filler is.
Okay.
And there's different rates of that based on different makers. And it's really what you're desiring. Do you want a thicker, firmer cheek? Okay, then you need a thicker type of filler. There's an actual science that goes along with it. But I've also fallen in love with something called Radiesse, and that's a biostimulator. And the molecular composition is called CaHA, C-A-H-A. It's calcium alpha hydroxyapatite. Okay. And it has 5 mechanisms in it that help regenerate your collagen. So it improves skin texture. And it's not just the first day that you put it in, it improves skin texture over time.
Okay.
So you see the benefits between 2 to 4 months, and then they last until about a year. But there's the caveat of using Radiesse. You should not be using it in your lips. That's not a place for it. It's meant to regenerate volume and improve skin texture.
So where would you use it?
I've used it. You can use it pretty much anywhere except for the lips, but you can use it in your neck, your chest.
Yeah.
I've done jaws. I've done temples. I've done cheeks.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
How do you feel like being in aesthetics has helped you personally? Like, you know, your mindset, the way you walk throughout life. How do you think it's helped you?
I think it's helped me. It's an interesting question. There's lots of ways that it has helped me. I think I have become less judgmental. I think I have also been able to understand my own insecurities. I think I've been able to also be more empathetic with others and their emotions.
Yeah.
Because these are real emotions that people come to me with, real insecurities, and they trust me with them. and they are looking for a way to go ahead and resolve those insecurities. Yeah.
And don't you feel, when someone walks through your door, don't you feel a sense of honor that they're trusting you with that?
Yes, always.
I feel like I would be
always.
very grateful that someone is trusting me with.
Yeah. I mean, there are
that.
so many other choices and so many other practitioners, right? And they chose me.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, thank you so much. And I like to try and get to know the person on a deeper level. And, it's all about that trust factor. And, I am very mindful. I do not go ahead and abuse that trust.
Yeah.
I will, make sure that you and I are on the same page before we move forward. All of that.
And how you said that it has helped you understand your insecurities. Elaborate on that.
I think as women in general, it's just human for us as we age where we're like, you look in the mirror and you're like,
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You start comparing. It's the compare game, right? And we do that constantly, and then even more.
And now with social media, it's insane.
And, you're like, oh, I feel fat today, or I don't feel enough today, or why can't I look so effortlessly pretty? And, I want to look like so-and-so. I think we all do it subconsciously. Yeah. And it's always in our faces. And so my personal insecurities would be, it's not really a look. It's more like the constant emotional, like I am not enough. I don't ever really look in the mirror and go like, oh, I wish my face looked like this, or, something like that. My insecurities are just more emotional than they are
So it's
physical.
more how you feel about yourself?
Yeah.
Right?
And I think, sometimes for others, and I'll be in that box too, if you don't feel emotionally stable, I feel like then you start trying to fix things on your outward appearance. Yeah. So that you feel better inside emotionally.
But it ends up being a Band-Aid, not an actual... Because the root of it is your feeling of not being enough. It's not your forehead, your cheeks, It's you feeling, having that sense of...
And I'm very transparent with people, and I'm like, hey, what brings you here? What are you feeling? Because I'm very aware of the buyer's remorse, Yeah. When you're like, oh, this doesn't fix anything, and now I hate this.
And so what caused you not to feel enough, and how have you worked on that throughout time?
Loaded question. Let's see.
We can dissect it.
I think it's just a long history of, you don't wake up one day and then feel like you're not enough, right? It's something that occurs over time. Yeah. And for me, it's something that occurred emotionally from a young child to when I got married, and has gotten better since then. But, those formative years of constant being told, you're not enough, or having the emotional and physical abuse that I went through, it does put a toll on someone. And it changes the way that you look at yourself. And it changes the way that you hold yourself. And it changes the way that you feel confident in your skills and abilities and yourself as a person. When I left my home to elope with my husband, I was very young. I was 18. And it had to happen. It was needed for my safety. And I remember just being so broken when I left. And it wasn't broken as in, I was in a bad relationship with my husband. No, it was like I was broken because of my family.
Of what you endured with your family. Who we are right now is a product of our childhood, right? And how we perceive the world and our interpretation of everything that happens to us. that's what makes us today. So how did you go from feeling like that to having your own med spa, which is amazing, becoming a nurse, about to be a nurse practitioner? Like, how that is so rare for someone who has gone through what you went through. I think it's easy to have the victim mentality and have every excuse in the book to not go for your aspirations and to just be like, this happened to me, woe is me, you know, and
thank you for saying that. Yeah. And how did I do that?
Like how, like your mindset. So
I would say,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say maybe, you know, there's an inherent drive that I have, but I think a lot of credit goes to my husband. You know, we've known each other our entire lives. I started dating him when I was 16. I told you I was that broken person. He saw that broken person. And he literally was the first person to really love me for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, become that thing that I needed, which was so many things. I needed a friend. I needed a protector. I needed a partner. And I needed someone who was always going to be that rock. And he did all of those things and helped me grow in a non-judgmental place.
Yeah.
He is also a very driven person. He's
really?
Yeah. He is very, I mean, we both work from sun up to sundown in different ways, but I mean, he's always moving, he's always growing, he's always achieving different things, and he's always there whenever I need his help. So knowing that he's driven to meet his goals, also it pushes me. And, you know, both of us don't give each other excuses. You know, like, you want to do this or you want to build that? Then do it.
Yeah, go
and
after
I'll
it.
help you.
Right.
But, you know, let's not complain about it. Let's just do it. So I think there's that. I think he also has that mentality because of his family. His family all of them are hard workers, and they are also, you know, high achievers. And so having that on his side, and it's nothing it's not a new mindset for him. And I just kind of fell into that as well. At first, when I was younger, I felt like I needed to overachieve to gain respect or love or acceptance from my family.
Or validation.
And it wasn't ever enough. I was a 4.0 student for my entire life. High achiever, athlete, everything. You know, solid member in my church, high achiever in my church. And it just never was enough. I was 100% perfect in my mind in every aspect of my life. And there was always still something for them to tear me down apart. And then subsequently then just, you know, also physically beat me. So, you know, you just, you know, from that to going into falling into a person that's like, hey, you know, you don't have to do 100% in everything. You just have to have 100% effort in everything. You don't have to come out with 100%.
And also being reminded that who you are is enough, regardless of any of your achievements, anything that you do outside, you know, external stuff. Who you are at the core is enough.
And, you know, I still struggle with that today. Like, I had a test. This is so silly. I had a test 2 weeks ago, and I missed 4 questions, I'm sorry. And I got like an 88% in my class standing, and it was like, so I got like 26 out of 30, and I cried. And I came home and I cried, and, you know, my husband hugged me, and then he was like, why are you crying? And, you know, I told him, and he's like, And 88% is still good.
It's still great.
At a doctorate level, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, but my 4.0, my perfect 4.0. And he's like, it's going to be fine. In the end, it is fine because, you know, my grades went back up and now I have like a 4.0 again. But that's not the point. The point was, you know, even to this day, it still is ingrained in my brain of like, I have to be perfect in order to be loved.
Or be enough. Yeah. For the people around you. That's so funny because I was always the overachiever in my family, but I found it, but it was because I was trying to get validation from my parents as well. And one of my parents chose a path that he chose his job over our family. And well, that's what it felt like, right? So I was always like the high achiever, like you said, the sports, the grades, and I got an A- one time in my PE class out of any class because I had missed a class.
I was like, did you not dress down?
No, I had missed it. That's a good one though. She would have knocked me down points. I had missed a class because I had a soccer game.
Oh.
And she had done like a little test thing, and I asked, can I, you know, make it up because I have a soccer game. This is out of my control.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, test you can't make up. So I was like emailing her if there was any extra credit that I could do. It made my accumulative GPA at 3.98, and I was bawling my eyes out. Just like so I understand. I understand.
I know, right?
Yeah. But I find it to be that a lot of overachievers are like there's a reason you're wanting to be seen because you felt like you've never been seen. Or I heard a podcast about a lot of people who start podcasts. It's because they were never heard or feel like they were never heard in their childhood.
That's interesting.
So then they start and I'm like, okay, wait, I could kind of see
you're like
that.
Mirror. Yeah, okay.
Conviction.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is interesting. And I think we are kind of a sum of our life decisions. I know we are. But, you know, I think, why did I choose nursing out of everything?
Yeah.
You know, I initially I was, you know, you want to serve other people or you want to make other people feel good. Did I choose that because I didn't feel good?
Okay.
You know, did I choose that because nobody served me?
That is so true.
And I needed that, and so I felt like I needed to go ahead and give that. You became
the person who you needed.
Yeah. And I do think I feel like when things go wrong with my patients I still, full disclosure, I still work at the hospital as a wound care nurse Mondays and Tuesdays. Yeah, so
that's
I still
awesome.
do 12-hour
I think that's
shifts.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I do 12-hour shifts on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I feel like that's the reason why when things go wrong with my patients, I take it personally. It really hurts me because I'm like, why didn't we do enough? If I was in that person's place, I would feel so upset. So I wonder if I chose it because of that.
I think so. Well, it's very true. I think a lot of us do end up becoming who we needed to be for our younger selves. Yeah. Interesting. What's something that you've had to unlearn throughout your life to become who you are?
Argumentative. I'm learning always needing to be right.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that. My husband will say I'm still working on that.